Throughout the nearly 2,000 square miles of awe-inspiring terrain present in Clackamas County, you can find a quiet piece of shore and tranquil water to get lost in and catch a variety of warm water fish, as well as the thousands of trout that are stocked in most every lake. The initiative taken by ODFW to maintain fish populations throughout the region is staggering, and even involves stocking by helicopter at some of the more remote areas.
There are lakes all the way from the valley floor. Many of them are occupied by warm water fish because they simply get too warm for trout. Then there's our mid-elevation lakes and reservoirs where we have large bodies of water that we stock with trout for people to catch. And we stock them in the springtime for fisheries that last throughout the summer months. We also have high lakes in the Cascades that are in the 3,000 to 5,000 foot elevation range that we stock with trout, very, very small trout, actually, that grow to size over about a year or so. And they provide a great opportunity for people to go and hike into lakes that they can catch fish without a lot of crowd.
Harriet Lake, a little-known reservoir located near the Oak Grove Fork of the Clackamas River, meanders at around 2,000 feet and resides within the Mount Hood National Forest boundary. Boxed in by steep slopes, this 22-acre canyon lake boasts the kind of clarity and pristine nature that is synonymous with Oregon's Cascade Mountain Range. And below the surface, an arguably magical environment lies locked in calm wonder, broken only by passing fish and swimmers brave enough to battle the bitterly cold temperatures. Just shy of a 2-hour drive from downtown Portland and a little over an hour from Oregon City, Harriet Lake lies only slightly off the beaten path. Yet it retains its lone standing with mild to heavy traffic from week to weekend. As part of its main draw, Harriet Lake allows boating of all varieties kept to under 15 miles per hour, and there's plenty of bank access to fish from the shore or docks, too. More still, Harriet Lake is thoroughly stocked with a variety of trout from April to August, even offering up trophy-sized fish for those persistent enough to beat out the birds at their own game. Even then, if you can't fit all of your angling and adventuring in over the course of one weekend, you can rest assured that Harriet Lake won't lose its charm anytime soon. And once you visit, it becomes pretty clear that you'll be back the next chance you get. Despite which way you take on the approach to Timothy Lake, the road ahead is greeted with sprawling vistas and mesmerizing pockets of life. Either way you choose, taking the road less traveled in the Mount Hood wilderness all but guarantees crossing paths with a couple of critters and possibly even falling rocks. So it's important to have your wits about you. This serves both your sense of wonder and safety. As one of the largest and most popular man-made lakes in the region, Timothy Lake has earned its keep in terms of the multitude of things to do, see, and experience, like hike, bike, camp, paddleboard, kayak, and canoe. On top of a 13-mile full-loop trail around the lake for hikers and bikers to enjoy, Timothy Lake also connects into the renowned Pacific Crest Trail system and maintains 10 camping areas for outdoor enthusiasts to rest and replenish. Timothy Lake remains a welcome result of the construction of the hydroelectric dam that was established by Portland General Electric in 1956. Timothy Lake stands today as one of the richest fisheries in the county, where thousands of rainbow trout are regularly stocked during the spring and early summer months. Reproducing populations of brook trout and schools of kokanee, as well as native cutthroat trout, call out like a siren to any eager angler yearning for a fresh fish to catch and cook back at camp.
If you're still going to keep fishing, you want to keep them alive, because if you kill them right away, then you have to keep them cold. Otherwise, meat won't taste as good. A lot of times people pack butter and herbs on the inside, you know.
is only a hop, skip, and a jump from the peak of Mount Hood, the picturesque Trillium Lake reflects the best of what's around, and as a result, is one of the most popular destinations in the vicinity. Just past the humble town of Government Camp, the 63-acre Trillium Lake allows for everything an adventure could require. Nearby attractions, like the Timberline Lodge, beckon the offshoot, while a 2-mile trail that traverses the lake's circumference takes you full circle to the dozens of tent and RV campsites. On top of that, warm water fish also lurk in Trillium's tea-colored depths, adding a sense of mystery and diversity to your fishing experience. Crappie, bass, walleye, and even catfish call the murky waters beneath the lily pads home. More still, Trillium Lake is stocked with around 4,500 rainbow trout, as well as trophy-sized keepers. That doubles the sense of accomplishment when pulled from below the waters of that gorgeously reflected peak of Mount Hood. All in all, there's something for everyone to enjoy at Trillium Lake, as it offers secluded and exceptional views without getting too deep into the woods, which in turn makes Trillium Lake the perfect location for family outings, while giving its visitors a beautiful break from the hustle and bustle of city living. For those seeking to get thoroughly off the grid, Buck Lake is one location that wastes no time enchanting you with its otherworldly presence. The bluest of hues tint its crystal clear waters, while steep crater slopes provide a backdrop that gives onlookers the fullest sense of distinguished peace and quiet. At the water's edge, mayflies and dragonflies burst into life, depending on the time of year, and dance upon the surface in what seems like coordinated tangos. Below that, spotted newts scurry and squirm about in an intimidating but harmless fashion. And at its deepest depths, unknown quantities of fish await. But it's important to keep in mind that if you plan on boating, there's a half-mile trail uphill from the parking lot to get to the lake's shores. Just a few miles past the sleepy town of Estacada, North Fork Reservoir tucks itself in among the prominent foothills of the Cascade Range. As a favored destination due to its generous trout stocking schedule and easy access from Clackamas Highway 224, North Fork Reservoir is a quiet surprise to many that come across its shores. With plenty of room to spare for both boaters and anglers around this 350-acre reservoir, North Fork is a great place to gain a foothold on the region that the multitude of hiking and camping areas in close proximity allude to. As an additional perk, North Fork does not require a parking or day-use pass to access its waters, although there is a daily limit on how many trout you can take home. Given the humbling backdrop and variety of activities to delve into, it's easy to grasp why North Fork Reservoir has become a preferred getaway for family excursions, as well as the more dedicated anglers out there. No matter which direction you go, you can easily reach popular hotspots like Timothy Lake, little-known gems like Harriet Lake, and remote escapes like Buck Lake, to fish, boat, camp, experience, and to simply enjoy the inherent draw Clackamas County has within its diverse landscapes. Adding to that, the quality of opportunities ODFW creates for visitors when it comes to recreation and wildlife It becomes rather obvious when nearly 2.5 million visitors flock to the Mount Hood National Forest area each year. So what are you waiting for?